Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to talk to you about The Cause and Cure Is You, written by Jessica Watkins. This is a metahuman book, so it's not paranormal, but it's more like a Clark Kent Superman kind of book. Anyway, this is part two because I already did the review for part one, so let's get into it, right? Okay, the book basically picked off where part one ended, where Keys was shot, Ivy was tied down to a chair, badly beaten, and Kion died. Okay, so that's exactly where the book picked up on and everything. It turned out that remember when I thought that Travis was we thought Travis was a part of the Theodore clan, the other metahuman brothers. It turned out it was not a part of it. Travis unfortunately was killed around the same time Cayenne was killed. It turned out that Theodore was out after he's in the drug game, like very heavily in the drug game. He's been in it since forever. So Jones clan was one of his competition. So killing Travis ended up killing the clan because I think Travis was the last of the clan. So he ended up wiping them clean. Okay, so Steve found that Keys was there. So what he did is that he convinced Esco and Reese to take Ivy to a hospital, a far hospital. He could take Keys to another hospital to get some medical attention so they could separate from each other so he could heal. And as soon as that happened, he took Ivy about half an hour away, and then Keys went to a local hospital, but then he got him out overnight because he started healing too fast for someone that was shot in the head. Okay, so while Keys was recovering, Esco basically became Superman and flew Ivy to Michigan, to a safe house in Michigan. And Ivy was like so distraught because she lost Cayenne. She's worried about Keys if he's gonna die. She saw Travis got killed, and like now this guy's like flying her in the air. She's like, what the hell's going on? So Esco confronted her and told her that he's a metahuman and he's like Superman. He has special powers and all that stuff. She thought he was lying, and she's like, you know what? I have so much going on right now. I don't have time for this crap. So she let that be. Across town, Keys now was like he wanted to see Ivy. All he could think about is Ivy the minute he woke up. So his father's like, no, you're not going. I know where your mind is, but it's not going to happen. So he's like, but I want to see her, how she's doing. He said she's fine. She was badly beaten, but she's fine. Like, okay, whatever. So he overheard his father and Reese talking about her location, not her location, but where she's at, and that she's in Michigan. Yes, I think he did say her location. So he pretended like he didn't hear them, but unfortunately, the father saw him, so he was like, okay, so I guess you're gonna go. So eventually, Keys went. He drove to Michigan and found out where she was. She was so happy to see him at first, but then she was upset because she's like, what are you doing here? You can't be together. You're gonna get married to Dream, all that stuff. So he's like, no, I love you, but even though I love you, I can't be together because I have to get this guy that's after my family, and you being with me is a weakness. So she's like, what are you talking about? And then he started confessing him being metahuman and she's being his kryptonite, and how he's weak when he's around her and stuff like that. So she didn't believe him. So he said, prove it to me. Prove me that you are this metahuman person. So she said, okay. He said, okay. So he convinced her to stab him. She didn't want to at first, but eventually she did. She stabbed him. He was bleeding so bad. He said, okay, give me a half an hour and I'll be back. He drove, I don't know where he drove about for almost an hour. And he took a picture of the same spot that she stabbed and sent him the picture and went back to see her. She was shocked. She's like, oh my God, this is really happening and everything's going on. So, well, they were rekindling. So, with that being said, he went back and he confessed. He's like, I love you, but I can't be together, blah, blah, blah. So they had their last rendezvous. While having their last rendezvous, she's like, you know what? She stopped in the middle of it. And she's like, you know what? That's it. Just go back to Dream. I'll go to Dallas, and forget I even exist. Lose my number, all that stuff. So he was like, what the hell is she talking about? I'm not doing that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she left them at that, and she went to that was where she left it. She went back to her aunt's house to tell her about Kion, plan his funeral, and the whole shebang. And the aunt was just like a hot mess and trifling. I could not. She's like, You got that gay guy killed. I'm like, he's your son. What? Who does that? Mama. And anyway, so she was like, you know what, forget it. So she ended up burying him. That between the funeral home and the actual funeral itself, it was such an emotional scene for me. Like, just broke down in the funeral home. She was like thinking about all the things that she and Kyan did together, how much he loved her and everything. And then in the funeral home, after she gave her last speech and friends and coming up to talk to her, it was just such a touching spot. Jessica did a great job with that. I love that scene. It was very emotional, very touching, and very sweet. Kyan got a good send off. Anyway, after that was done, she went to Dallas. So now she's in Dallas trying to get her life together. She got the job. She's doing what she needs to do. So now Keys is still going through emotional turmoil because he wants his Ivy. Like, he wants her bad. So he's trying to find ways. He's communicating with her. He's following her on Facebook, like all this stuff. While Dream is just a hot mess. So now remember, Dream has 4 kids. Her mom is taking care of the 4 kids. Her mom's not doing too well, so her sister Fancy is telling her, listen, you got to give mom a break. Financial support is not enough. You need to take your kids back. Because Fancy's like, your kids are bad too. Like, they need their mother. And the mom was like, oh no, Fancy, you gotta understand and stuff like that. But then at the same time, she said, yeah, Dream, you need to take these kids because I can't do it anymore. I'm not strong and blah blah blah. Dream wasn't trying to hear none of that. Dream was like, nope, that's roadblock. 4 kids. Nope, Keys ain't gonna want that. I ain't bringing no 4 kids to my house with Keys. I don't want him to know you and my mother existed. All that stuff. So, long story short, mom got sick. Mom's in the hospital. Mom's about to die. Fancy called girl. Girl was called Dream. Dream was getting her fix on, so Dream said, "I'll be there shortly." 3 hours later, your mom's in the hospital. 3 hours later, it was that important to you for you to not boots? Are you serious? But it was anyway. So Fancy confessor said, "Listen, you gotta take your kids. Mom's not doing well. She's not looking good. Blah blah blah." She's like, "No, I'm not doing it." This girl bolted out the hospital. She like, what? The doctor came and told her mom's gonna die and blah blah blah. She was like, "That's it. I'm out." What happened to your kids? You're not gonna take them? Mm-mm. She didn't take them. Nope, not one bit. So she left. So Fancy was like, "You know what? I got you." She called Keys. Oh my God. Keys was like, "What?" Yeah, he's like, "Nah, not Dream." Mm-mm. So when Keys got the call, Zeke was there. So I was like, okay, fine. So Zeke was like, okay, go home, check your girl, blah blah blah. So he went home and talked to Dream, and Dream was like, no, she denied everything at first, denied the mother, the sister, the kids, everything. She's denied everything. So then she finally confessed it. When she finally confessed everything, and then she got nasty. She's like, oh, we could work it out, we could do this, and we could make. He said, no, get out of my house and everything. So she got nasty now, and she said, oh, you want to kick me out? That's all right. Other people want this, including your boy Zeke. She's like, what? Yo, he lost it. He went to the club. He called Esco because he knew he was going to lose it. He said, meet me at the club. Something's about to go down. He's like, what? So anyway, when he got to the club, he beat the crap out of Zeke, almost killed him. So remember, Theodore is still in the background. Like, Theodore is still planning and manipulating and all that stuff. Theodore bombed his club. So before he bombed the club, though, they called the cops on Keys, so Keys got arrested. Half an hour after he got arrested, Theodore bombed the club. So unfortunately, with the bombing, Zeke got killed. Dream got hurt, and 4 other people got killed. A few people got injured, but 4 of the people along with Zeke got killed. So I was like, okay, fine. So now Steve and his boys are after blood. So they found out the blood, they found the wrench. So while everything was going on, Theodore finally had a kryptonite. Her name was Tiny. So while he knew that Tiny was his kryptonite. So he, after their last encounter, he was trying to find her because he's like, before they could find her and kill me, I'ma kill her. But he couldn't find her. Lo and behold, when Steve and his sons finally found Theodore, Tiny was around the corner because they were able to kill him, and they were wondering, how is he able to kill him if that's not the girl? Not thinking that Tiny was already at the door. So anyway, they killed Theodore and burnt his house down. Like, they burned it down. They made sure Tiny was there so he wasn't coming back. Oh my God. And that's how Theodore ended. And that's basically the end of the book because after that, um, Keys went to Ivy in Dallas. They had their happily ever after. They had themselves a Keys Jr. And guess what? He's met a human. But guess what, guys? Jessica's not writing any more of this book, as far as I know. This is the finale. There will be no spin off, as far as I know. And that's really it. But overall, guys, I think the book was great. It was fantastic from beginning to end. She did an awesome job. Even Lucky Ignorant Self in the book found a girl, which is Keys, not Keys, Ivy's friend in Dallas. So yeah, they worked out. So overall, I love this book. I give this book 2 thumbs up. Check it out. It's called The Cause and Cure Is You by Jessica Watson, the finale. Bye, guys.